this is our Kurtz, and this is Easy Access Math. And today we have another video on evaluating functions. If you like, you could try to do this function, stop the video, and then resume it and see if you got it right. So I'm going to work this function out. We have evaluate f, and in parentheses, -9 for fx. And then we have the function fx equals 2x squared minus 3x plus 8. You can ignore all of this, just pay mind to that. That tells you the number you're substituting the variable, the x, for. You're going to plug in that x and then follow our rules of the order of operations. All of this is just the structure of how the problem is written. Just look at the equation. It's very similar to this. This is actually the exact same problem written a little differently. It tells us it's substitution. If x equals -9, evaluate. And again, all you're doing is substituting the x for the with the number -9, as it's telling you. -9 replaces each x, and then you follow our order of operations and do the math. So let's start with our function here. Remember, at this point, you could turn off the videos, freeze it, and see if you could work this out and get the same answer I come up with. All right, so I'm going to proceed and solve this function. And then I'm going to do this very same substitution problem written a little differently. You may see something like that. It's really the same thing. Same thing. Just learn to break it down, eliminate all of the math talk, get right to the problem. All you have to do is plug in what they gave you in the parentheses into the letter instead of the letter. And we'll do that by making parentheses where the letter is. So I have to make a parenthesis where the x is, square minus 3, parenthesis, plus 8. I'm going to plug in my -9 and then work it out using my order of operations. Remember, we'll do the exponent first, so we have -9 times -9, and that's positive. Two negatives, when you multiply, when you square them, become positive. Positive 81 times 2 minus 3 in these parentheses minus 9 plus 8. Now I will perform my multiplication, and I have 2. So I'll do all my multiplication next. And I have 2 times 81 is 162. And -3 times -9, 2 negatives, we multiply, they're positive, positive 27, and plus 8. And I go from left to right. Now they're all addition, but remember, when we have addition and subtraction left, we go from left to right. You may want to watch my video on the PEMDAS trap to avoid falling into a wrong answer. But here, everything is addition because we had to change the sign, 2 negatives turning positive. And so I have 162 plus 27 plus 8. You can add them in any fashion that you like. 162, let's just do some calculation here. 27 and 8, because you may not be allowed a calculator on a test. And so we have 9 and 8 is 17. 7 and 2 is 9. And 1 gives us a grand total of 197. Now, we're going to get the same 197 over here. We have 2, we're substituting the -9 squared minus 3 times negative 9 plus 8. It's really the same thing, just expressed a little differently. And so again, I have my positive 81, because when I square two negatives, negative 9 times negative 9 is positive 81. My next multiplication would be negative 3 times negative 9, and that becomes positive 27. And then I almost forgot to put my plus sign. You want to be careful to bring down your signs, otherwise it looked like multiplication. So always be careful, the plus sign comes down as written. You want to avoid careless mistakes, and it can happen to anybody. And I still have multiplication here. 2 times 81, 162, plus 27, plus 8. Done with all my multiplication. And if you remember, 162 plus 27 plus 8, you add them up. 162 plus 27 would be 189 plus 8. Our total of 197. You could add them up. You can do it on the calculator just to double check. That's how you do functions. It's the same as when you're substituting a number for a variable. Keep watching us at Easy Access Math, and don't forget to check out our video on the PEMDAS track.